Hello there, it's me again. Um, this topic has been amazing, this never-ending story, so I thought I would read through it. So here we go. Chapter 1. It was a hot summer night, and I was hot and blind. I couldn't remember why I had left my bed with an erection, because I normally am spent then. I approached the light switch and felt a strange tug on my white LS t-shirt. I saw a small chubby hand slap my face raw. My penis dangled idly in my trousers. I thought, even better than yours, yet not as imposing. My attention returned to the clock, ticking with menacing tone. My dog did not like the way this whole thing was a blur. Fuck the establishment. He grabbed the razor wire which was in his asshole, metaphorically of course, and proceeded to thrash at his enemy, the small beer cans hanging from the ceiling, a fact which scared the dog but tingled my sphincter. It felt weird. Carl the attorney and lover, voices I hear. These were just crazy. Like that time in Thailand when I ate, in one piece, so many commas that I shat red colouring material into the air. Ah, heroic exploits. My youth was still young. Death on a cross made me tired. So instead, I died on a cruise ship, which was weird because I was alright. The dawn of the Mongoose dynasty came unexpectedly, which invented duck sauce. But Alex K, undoubtedly the funniest looking guy in all of Westeros, had thought of 3 ways to rub duck sauce onto the voluptuous but oddly shaped, yet still intriguing back end of Metaphysical Reality Unchained. It's over! Jesus has given a wonderful booty in the sense of the most offensive treasure trove this side of the Berlin Wall to the undeserving. This proves that you should never trust Jesus with too much ham. As we know, kosher bacon is bad for your male chafing and other indelicacies. However, it might result in a dam and a copious amount of stamina. Then she arrived. She was wearing neon crucifix pasties, which were very retro in a less is more way. But then something was unsettling, though. I was definitely not high and sufficiently hydrated. That was when someone yelled, "Fire!" I punched him, and I called the local priest to exorcise me, but he said I wasn't ready. So there she was, standing next to my bed, waving about her enormous flaccid penis. So I said, "What the hell? How did you get a freaking mole on your genitalia? I did not order a wanker canker, geesh." But then I should stop talking. So I accepted her gift of chocolate chip cookies made in a volcano that was not particularly interesting, but definitely spewing some hatred towards sperm, and more sperm. Although she liked swallowing... As I was saying, although she liked swallowing carbonated lemon sperm with extra sodium, she totally loathed swimming in the pool of syringes. That was until she caught her first flu and got addicted to snorting crack in Pizza Hut toilets. Her problems had increased exponentially, yet she felt awesome. Then a flying thought entered my barely working brain and took her, my dog watching, and she opened her mouth. What the fuck just sprayed menstrual discharge in my direction, while my dog lapped it up? I bathed discreetly. On the floor I found a cunt in my tiny juicy meatball which was gluten-free, metaphorically speaking, naturally. Then I remembered the old song, Grom Pobedy Razdavayasya. My accordion wailed when a truck carrying Dickensian autumns pulled up. 500 angry ant farmers had a barbecue. We need recaps on the crapper. My eyes shot 20 feet across the Times Square and saw a policeman with a dildo in his pocket. He was not surprised. In hell, am I? No. Just in sync with his penis trembled, almost non-existent little tiny cutesy earlobes. Fortunately, A girl came walking into the kitchen with spoons sharp as razors. Meh, she mumbled, as she began feeding her baby through its eye sockets. Not the ideal way to nourish infants, but in a pinch, it is good enough to warrant a murder investigation. Before I bore you, I should ask if you're squeamish, because I have here in my house a yellow house with no houses in it. That's why everything that is anything must be something or just nothing. Sometimes everything's nothing. Sometimes nothing's everything. Some nothing times every thing. Am I insane? Who said that? It was probably snap, crackle, pop. There goes the hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran into a trap. The poor thing leapt through the narrow gap and into the jaws of a giant butthole. The mouse commiserated with Gerbil and they kissed. Butt babies ensued under the bright sun of Rome, but I digress. Fuck the police. On the next morning, as they reached the top of the cheese pile, a thought occurs. Where's my onesie? It became clear, while furiously masturbating, that the situation was in hand, but time travel to the day of his own funeral seemed funny in an Orwellian corporations are people kind of way. Exactly my thought, said the undertaker, digging for bones in my backyard where the Candyman lay. Hegel's ontology shat over reality in the broadest sense possibly conceivable by mere mortals. Not to mention my balls itch, while mighty Beetlejuice smiles down upon the unwashed masses and picks his teeth with a longish, planet-sized lizard hemipenis. What led to this? Could I have foreseen how things would escalate when I took the solemn oath to mutilate the tip of the hemipenis? Before the priest rubbed holy oil on his bleeding and pleasantly warm elderly cocker spaniel, the dog proceeded to the end of the runway with a skip and took off. To space! It barked. She, however, did not agree to my Leninist worldview, but the fucking bitch could sing. My heart will go on despising her, but Kegel exercises will help me keep my big juicy shit together. I drew my gun with a pencil. Then I erased all evidence of my own existence except my toes, which, Cheshire cat-like, haunted innocent children. That morning, I made an attempt to make sense of these hallucinations. It was all for the best. The LSD... Excuse me. The LSD really hurts my balls, but it was worth it for achieving enlightenment. Nevertheless, I wondered if she could ever get the dildo of knowledge to go deep inside the very essence of her withered and bizarrely large, gaping fistable stinky toaster. She didn't want any syphilis, so she made sure that everyone wore Santa hats. How this should help anyone is not clear, but it's 100% effective. Meanwhile, the dog began sniffing the deeper levels of Lord Aeneas's pit. I think it is cool to befriend Aeneas before shoving anything up the vociferous orifices when they pass cum from mouth. Sex was forbidden, but usually encouraged by the High Lords of the Loyal Order of Milfs Gone Wild, whose membership includes your mum, Kitty and Frank Sinatra. While they were retreating to HQ, they were assaulted by armoured clowns with enormous dildos led by a life-size replica of Mr. Hanky doing the splits. It was then that the light of your mama's solar-powered flashlight zeroed in on a small animal rinsing its head in a vat of its own Gorilla Glue. Dude! And now, stuck the corner with a trans-dimensional vortex of pure, awesome sex energy orgasms, I contemplate the volume of semen I choked on that fateful night. Well, that was a disaster. I don't know if it's possible to get through that with a straight face, but maybe I'll do chapter 2 soon then. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.